You're listening to Greater Good Radio Hawaii. Please visit us online at greatergoodradio.com. Today's guest is Connie Lau, Chairman and CEO of Hawaiian Electric Industries Inc., an American savings bank. She also leads the Hawaii Bankers Association and is in U.S. Bankers Magazine ranking as one of the 25 most powerful women in banking in the U.S. Connie, you mentioned a little bit about team building. And then, when you came in, you said you wanted to get to know these individuals, their strengths and their weaknesses. When you did that took a lot of time, I'm sure, to find out, more in depth of how the contributions of each one would come together as a team. Mm-hmm. How was that for you?
Actually, it doesn't take that much time, and everybody always says first impressions are really important, and they really are. I think if you're looking to know somebody and, you don't relate to them just on the verbal level, you can actually get to know someone pretty quickly by just observing, how they act, how they treat other people, and, what their backgrounds are, what they've done in their prior lives. And so I think in a very short period of time, you can kind of begin to find out what really motivates people. But you have to ask different questions than, like the typical interview questions. What people do in their private lives is as important to me as what they've done in their work lives. And so, in fact, we've changed our interview questionnaire at the bank to ask what people do in the community, whether they're active in their church or whether, they coach their kids' soccer leagues, because that indicates to me someone who really cares about other people and is willing to get out there and work, in teams and help organize events for other people.
Can you give us maybe an example of how you would look for these characteristics, or what are the most important ones that maybe you're trying to see if the people have? You can use Carrie as an example if you'd like.
Carrie as an example.
I volunteered you.
Well, what I'm really looking for is to find what a person's aspirations are and their dreams, and then secondly, what their motivations are. So, like in Carrie's case, Evan's so interested. Hey, this is really interesting. Instead of you guys interviewing me, I get to interview Carrie. We probably don't have the whole time, Evan, but I would be really interested in, Carrie's aspirations. What do you want to do in your career? I mean, you're doing a wonderful job on the radio. Do you envision yourself someday in broadcast, anchor on the TV, doing, investigative reporting, or, maybe something completely different, going to law school or business school?
That's a great question, and that's really a great interview. But actually, let me turn the tables around.
See, she doesn't want to do it.
Come on, play along.
Well,
she's shy. That's why she's shy.
Interview each person. Then I guess on the executive level, you would interview each person.
Yes. Oh, definitely. Anyone who is going to report directly to me, I definitely interview them, and I also will interview other key positions in the company. One of the things that you find is that when you find managers that know how to recognize great talent, then sometimes I don't get involved in the hiring after that, because I know that they just have really good judgment about people. For example, the fellow who runs my commercial markets area is a great judge of character and a great judge of a person's capabilities or potential. And so, when he's doing the hiring, I pretty much just give him an open book, and say, hey, as many great people as you can find, you've got authority to hire them.
What would you say is maybe the top 3 or top 5 characteristics that you're looking for in your executive team?
Well, number 1, the willingness to work hard, because we've been transforming our company, and transformations take extra effort and extra energy to actually make them come about. So definitely somebody who's willing to work hard. Number two, somebody who really cares about other people, because banking is a people business. And, you really have to be interested in mentoring each one of your employees, because we're such large businesses, we can't do it ourselves. It's not like a personal or a professional services firm, like maybe a law firm, where you're doing a lot of that work yourself. You really, in a big corporation, have to work through other people, and you have to be able to motivate other people. And then really technical sophistication and the willingness to keep learning, because our business is changing all the time, especially financial services. That market moves incredibly quickly. And so, you've got to be very open to new ideas. You've got to be able to dream, imagine the possibilities of what business could be in the future. And, try to create, that's the only way we create value for our customers, is by coming up with different kinds of ideas on how they might approach their businesses.
Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for more on Greater Good Radio.